Hello, salam, namaste, sat sri akal and copy to all. This is Interurban KG and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about all the mics I've been using for my YouTube channel and why I chose ECMB1m and different pros and cons related to them. Also, as a continuation of my last video where I unbox ECMB1m, I'm also going to go ahead and do the filter test which I couldn't do inside. So let's get on with it. So first, let's talk about the mic we are shooting on, which is the Rode Wireless Go. This is the first mic which I bought around 2 years ago and I've been using it since then. Now, what are the good things about it? Yes, it's a little expensive, but it gives you that freedom of stepping away from the mic. Right now, I'm around 2 feet away and hopefully you should be able to hear me fine. So I started using this mic on my DJI Action camera, and for that time it was good. And the second reason was, since I always had these Sony ZV-1s or the cameras which did not have a big wide angle, so I had to be away from the camera, and that's where this shines. However, there are certain problems with it. That is this dead cat. When I did my first vlog, I lost the dead cat, and second, the chances are you have to switch this on, connect it to the camera, and then at times I have seen that you'll forget to switch something on. The battery is pretty good for around 7 hours, but chances are you might forget to charge the batteries, and that's where the shotgun mics shine. If you are in a situation wherein you have a camera which doesn't have a very wide angle, which means you do have to put the camera away to do any kind of reviews or something like that, then maybe this is good. So if you are like me, who is a hobbyist and is not doing it full time, then this Wireless Go, unless you have a specific purpose of being away from the camera, is not one of the great mics for vlogging. Battery issues, the wire, as well as the form factor itself, the dead cat not being there or just falling off, are some of the drawbacks which I found. But yes, as a secondary mic, this is good. And let me also do a range test. So yeah, I'm right now around 3 feet, 4 feet away from the camera, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hear me fine. I can walk around and stuff like that. So let's go to our next two mics now. Let's talk about these two bad boys. One is the Rode Video Micro, and the second is ECMB1m. Now, you might wonder, why am I comparing two mics which are in a different league, because this is like less than $100 and this is around $300, $350. But the chances are, if you are in the market for these mics, one of the main reasons you want is a good form factor, and that's where these are comparable. This is Rode and it doesn't have any decibel or any setting which you can do on the mic. Everything is controlled in the camera. And this one is ECMB1m, which is only for Sony cameras. So if you're not using a Sony camera, this is out of the picture. So let's talk about this one first. Now, this is a good mic, don't get me wrong. For the cost, I think it's just awesome. But there's certain things which I don't like about it, and that's the reason when I was able to save enough money and I got a deal, I did go for ECMB1m, which we will get to later. Some of the things which I had an issue with was this fiddly wire. I don't know. Sorry about the wind. You might be hearing the wind noise. And as I said, I don't have a dead cat on it, and I am recording on Go right now. Now, my issue with this mic was first the form factor. The moment you put this dead cat on, and you do need this dead cat, otherwise there's a lot of distortion. This no longer is a small form factor. And second, this fiddly wire. If you have a camera like A7C, which I'm shooting on, and you have that viewfinder, this wire will go to viewfinder and you'll be switching between the display the tilt display as well as the viewfinder, which is very irritating. And second, this you can just tuck in this wire here, but I'll show you with an example of DJI Osmo where I started using it first. So if you're using something like this, or say you're using Sony ZV-1, you do have to flip this cable like this, okay? That makes it up, but many times when you're vlogging like this will keep on shaking, and eventually this cable will go off and your entire shot will be ruined because of this. And this was bothering me a lot. Unfortunately, if I'm not using Sony cameras, I still have that problem because ECMB1 doesn't work for action cameras and other stuffs. So this is quite irritating. And second, if you take this dead cat off, then it is really nice. It's very small form factor, but the problem is there's a lot of distortions which I will show you maybe in the voice test. It will come up, but I tried to use this near the beach. It's not usable if you don't have the dead cat on, and once you put the dead cat on, the small form factor is no longer there. So this is where the Sony mic really shines. It doesn't have anything to fiddle around. It doesn't do like this, no wire whatsoever. If you're using Sony 7C, and in my last video I put the list of cameras where it is digitally compatible, and if you have any Sony camera, it'll work for analog. And look at this. I mean, the form factor is so good and it doesn't fiddle around. I really love the dead cat, and again, no battery, nothing. It gives you everything which you need, and the voice is pretty good as well. So I'm not an expert on sound, so I don't know this is good or that is good, as long as it sounds good to me in the video and people are able to hear me. So both of them to me sound almost the same, but the thing is the form factor. I just love this form factor, and second, I don't have to take this off the camera again and again because there's no wire to fiddle with. I don't have that viewfinder problem. Yes, it is expensive. Yes, there is no comparison, but in size comparison, if you have the money, I think this will be a good bet. But this is not a review of this mic, it's just a sample, because to review anything you have to use it for a while. I'll come back with a review maybe in 6 months, but I can review this one because I have used this for 6 months. It's a mic which is not usable even in less windy environments if you have dead cat off, and with dead cat it has issues like this fiddling problem and this wire problem, and I really don't know why Rode Wireless or Rode company goes with these red wires, and it's just so annoying. You have black cameras, a black wire should have been good, but just takes you out. I mean, everyone knows that you're doing something, and it makes you conscious. So let's do the sound test on both of them now. Let's put this on the vlogging mode, and we'll put both of them on Sony 7C, and then test them out with and without the dead cat, and we'll also test the filter. Now I am on Rode Video Micro, and it's on 7C, and this is the kind of voice you will get when you're trying to vlog. I am on a kit lens which is 28-60, so I have to extend my arm, as you can see, because of this. And again, the same problem, as the wire came off. This is how this mic sounds. I still have a problem with it because of the wire thing. And let me show you what happens when you take the dead cat off. Now there is no dead cat. I really don't know whether you will be even able to hear me or not. This is around an arm's length away from me. I hope you are able to hear me, but you will know if there is any distortion, because that's the idea of this video, isn't it? So now I'm going to switch to ECMB1m, and then we're going to test its filter, because all the other options we already tested in my previous video, and I will put a card or a link for that, because we are outside and that's where the filters can be tested, especially in this kind of windy environment. So here we are on Sony ECMB1m. Right now the low cut filter is on. and I'm shooting on my 28 to 60 kit lens, and right now it is at 28, and this is how it sounds. So now I have switched off the filter. There is no filter happening right now. It is a little windy, so I hope that you're able to hear my voice. Again, directional, and I've kept the volume to auto. I'm not touching it. So now let's test it with noise cancelling. So now we are on noise cancellation. Again, all the other settings are same. Decibel 10, volume auto. So this is the sample with noise cancellation in analog. The previous video was of digital. So analog, noise cancellation off. This is how I'll sound. Now we are in analog with low filter. So same settings, same environment, and this is how it will sound. Now the filter is off in analog, and this is how this is going to sound. So now I'm going to go ahead and move it to bi-directional and speak at the back, or super directional, or whatever they call it. So now I have put this on bi-directional, and I'm just at the back taking this view of this. I don't know, I've seen people play cricket on it as well as rugby. So this is just a ground behind my house. So this is how it sounds. This is how the bi-directional will sound if you are in front of the mic. Now what I have read is that, okay, this is pretty windy. I don't know whether you can hear me or not, but and this is bi-directional. So what I've heard is that it picks 60% from front, and I think 70% from front, and 30% from back. We already checked the back, and this is how it sounds in front. We'll just do one more test with low cut filter, otherwise this can go on and on because there's so many settings in this mic. I think low cut filter is the right filter to use on this one. So we'll just do an omnidirectional test in this windy environment with a low cut filter and see how it goes. Now we are in omnidirectional, and I'm in front of this mic. So let me just go ahead and pan it a little away. There'll be a little shakiness. So now I'm on the right hand side, maybe a feet away, and this is how it will sound. And now I'm at the back of the mic. Yes, it does wobble a little in the wind, and this is how it will sound in omnidirectional. And now I'm on the left or right hand side, whichever way you look at it, and this is how it will sound. As a last test on this mic, I have removed the dit cat. I don't really think that you need to remove the dit cat because it's so small, the form factor is so good, but since we did it for Rode Video mic micro, I thought it'll be a good idea to do it for this one as well. So this is how it sounds with a reasonable amount of wind without the dit cat. This is directional low cut filter without the dit cat. So this is exact comparison of what we did with Rode Video Micro. So let me put this back on and start from there. Since I'm using Sony A7C, I have gone back to the digital mode because 7C does support it. For this entire video, the decibels were 10 and the volume was auto because I didn't want it to fiddle around with a lot of other things. This is how it sounds in digital, again directional, and the low cut filter is on, and it is a little windy today. So I do agree that this is not a fair comparison because there is one mic which is less than $100 and the other one is around $400. Now yes, that doesn't sound fair, but if you're looking for the form factor and if you have a Sony camera and you can afford it, I just think that this is a pretty neat thing, and I really wished Sony took it out around a year ago so that I would have not wasted my money on Go, at least, because I do a lot of run and gun videos and I do a lot of vlogging stuff. But yeah, I just compared all the three mics. You make your bet. I hope you liked the video. If you did, you know what to do. I know I said that YouTube is my hobby, but it always feels nice when you see subscriptions and comments of people and liking the videos which I make. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Rab Rakha.